Hey gang, we're in here. Welcome on back to the Cade and another episode of Suckerpunch Sunday. And seeing as how we are less than a week away from Halloween, in keeping with what we did last week in featuring Splatterhouse 2, we decided to see if we could find another fun action platforming game from the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th generation. And for this week, we're going to play one that's a very tongue-in-cheek and has a lot more fun in it. We're going to play Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Now, this game came out, was released by Lucasfilm in 1993 for both the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. Today we are playing the Super Nintendo version. And what we're going to do over the course of the next half an hour is we're going to see how many zombies we can take down and try to save the world. Now, how this game works is you can pick from these two characters, Zeke and Judy. I might as well just take Zeke. And you have to go through all of these levels and save your neighbors from being eaten by the undead. Now, you have weapons at your disposal. In this case, I have a water pistol that I can spray them with. And unfortunately, that zombie just ate that neighbor. And you will pick up different bullets and everything throughout the game, and as long as you can rescue all of your neighbors before the zombies get to them all, then what will happen is you will have a door open near you. You go through it and that ends the level. Now if you look up top, I'm going to pause this really quick. The blue bar is your life bar. The digits below are your scores. You currently have 2,815 points. You have your primary weapon and how many bullets I have. Water bullets, because it's a water pistol. And I have one life kit. Now, what you can do is if you hit your A button, you can cycle through your different weapons. So now I have basically what are smoke bombs that I can throw. Then if I throw them in proximity to a zombie, they blow them up that way. Now, there is no timer to get through this game, or at least to get through each level. Actually, let me check that. If the zombies eat all of your neighbors before you can rescue them all, then basically that is the end of the level and you have to start all over again. So while there is no actual clock, you do have to be careful and you got to be quick. And there are little secret ways that you can go through and pick up different people. Look at the fire extinguisher. Now the fire extinguisher allows you to freeze people. So now that I got the dog, you see the exit door opens and I go through and that's the end of the level. So this game can be pretty quick. And then you get ranked on all the people that you saved. And then you will go through this new level and do the same thing over again. Now there are 48 levels in total in this game, including 7 optional levels. And this is a game that I have never actually played before until now. Only because, again, as I've said many times, I never had a Super Nintendo growing up. So, even though this game came out on the Genesis / Mega Drive, I never got a chance to play it on there either. I gotta go around in the pool again and see if there's somebody here I need to bail out. Bail them out. Jumping girl away. Yep, sure enough, there's the big guy in the pool. Now, one thing I will say from the off is, this is not your conventional action platformer game, which I'm fine with. You know, in putting this series together, it was never a thing where we had to have a certain methodology to the games we played. It was, hey, if we can find something new and different to try out, we'll give it a whirl. But this game was actually ranked fairly highly. Oh, they ate the baby. The aggregate score for this game on Game Rankings topped off at 84.5%. GamePro, IGN, Nintendo Life all gave the Super NES version an 8 out of 10, or in GamePro's case, an 18.5 out of 20. Video Games and Computer Entertainment gave it 9 out of 10. Power Unlimited gave it 91%. Now, while I think if I have one slight bugaboo about this game, at least from the off, I find the music a little annoying. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to freeze that ghoul. Thank you. No, I wanted to shoot up. Because I want to get whatever that was. Thank you. Ah. Now, while I am not a massive fan of horror movies, as I said last week when we did Splatterhouse 2, I certainly recognize their historical importance and their relevance. To the point where I've studied enough about the history of horror movies, which I actually have more fun doing than watching actual horror movies for a reason. Don't ask me why. I'm just weird that way. But one thing I cannot deny is the impact of movies like George Romero's original Night of the Living Dead and his great zombie franchises. That he had during the 60s, the 70s, and into the 80s. Okay, the hatchet-wielding little tyke, I don't need to be dealing with them. Oh my god, there's more of them. There's a whole frickin' legion of them. What are they doing around here? And they're on fire. That's bizarre. And not in a good way. Whoa, look out. Oh crap. I got a problem. I let myself get cornered. That was not good. Alright, so re-equip the water pistol. So I gotta figure out who the hell else I gotta rescue here. There they are. I heard a psycho baby running around. I don't want to deal with them. So who else do I have left? Nobody over here. Nobody down here. There we go. Pick up some more ammunition for the water pistol, and out we go. Now, when Mega did their ranking of the top games of 1994, Zombies Ate My Neighbors came in at 42nd. IGN ranked this as the 48th best Super Nintendo game of all time, calling it, quote, incredibly fun and funny, end quote. Complex, when they did their list of the greatest Super Nintendo games of all time, also ranked it as 48th. They felt the game was amazing. The only criticism they had was the levels got a little bit repetitive. So who are we? Okay, I got some. And we have somebody with a chainsaw over there. That can't be good. So we're gonna get them out. Oh, they can cut through the hedges. That's not pleasant. Alright, so let me go find everybody else I gotta get in this level. While avoiding... chainsaw boy. Ow. And it looks like I'm in a big hedge maze, so I gotta go around and get them. I gotta go get those people, but how do I get down there? There's that baby over here. Don't tell me I have to kite. Ah! That's not what I wanted you to do. Listen, Leatherneck. Alright, I can freeze him. We gotta be able to put him down. How the heck do I put these guys down? Or do I just have to run and avoid them? Alright, this guy's Ginsued me with the chainsaw here, and that's not cool. You don't get to have the cheerleader, I do. That sounded really bad now that I realize I said that out loud. It's not what I meant. Alright, so rescue the baby. Get away from these guys. I still have to go get that kid on the trampoline. Well, how I get over there, I have no idea. Ah, and I died, so that's game over. Okay. So, I made it through my first playthrough in about 13 minutes. Got through, what, 3 levels? And wow, this is old. We still do an old entry sheet for our name. Whoop. No. I want the I. There we go. Now, this game was reissued in 1997, along on the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn. It was then also re-released on Windows, Switch, the PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One in 2021. So let's see if we have any better luck with Julie. Whoop. No, that's what I wanted. Now, one of the things I do like about this game is that it takes all those things that we remember from classic 60s, 70s, 80s horror movies and has fun with them. It totally lampoons it. And I can get behind that. Something that doesn't take itself so seriously, while also understanding that the undead are not going to stop coming for you, regardless of what it is you're trying to accomplish. You just know that that's part of the deal. I almost shot the cheerleader with a water gun. I didn't want to do that. Get the dog. And now we're out. So the levels don't they're not procedurally generated is what I'm thinking here. But we got everybody out in that first level, so we get a bonus. Evening of the Undead. Now, this game didn't come without at least a little bit of controversy. When it was released before the Electronic Safety Rating Board, the ESRB, existed. And before that time, apparently Nintendo was really critical about not having any portrayal of gratuitous violence, I should say, in their video games. I mean, if you've played, there is lampoonish violence, for lack of a better term, in most Nintendo games. Like, if you remember, take Super Mario, for instance. It's not an inviolent act when Mario decides he's going to jump on a Goomba or squash a Koopa Troopa, but it's cartoonish. It is purely meant to be tongue firmly planted in cheek. There's nothing wrong with that. But they were real sticklers for making sure that people understood that it was a family-oriented system that people of all ages could grab and enjoy. So as a result of that, Nintendo of America ordered all depictions of blood and gore to be removed or changed to purple ooze. So while I am torching these zombies, you will notice that they're exploding, but they're not. It's not being so over the top that it could offend potential gamers of any sort. And that was the aim that they had, was trying to make sure that if you were a parent and your kid wanted this game, you weren't going to be sitting there going, oh my god, what did I just buy for Junior here? And I get that. I mean, I was, despite my current age, I was a kid too once. And now that I'm a parent to a teenager myself, I understand the need to make sure that there is at least some, not restriction, but you got to be a parent sometimes, so you got to at least try and be responsible about what your kids have access to. Oh, that's right, the baby's down here. Rescue Junior. I still don't have a door yet. Why don't I have a door yet? Ow. Alright, I'm missing somebody else here. Who am I missing? If I got everybody, the door would have shown up already. Don't look like there's anybody over here. Take the expressway over. I wonder if I'm missing a dog or am I missing somebody else? Who am I missing? Nobody over here. Whoop! And I ran into a zombie. Alright, use the med kit. I didn't mean to do that. Ooh! I was turned into a werewolf. And I tear through stuff now. We don't need those stinking locked doors. Alright, I don't think I want to get wet. Where is this last person I need to find? Where could they have possibly have gone? Nobody over there. A lack of a formal map system is a little bit annoying too, because I can't... Oh, there he was. He was tucked back behind that trailer. Derp! But I give everybody out this time too? I did. Alright. So we're back to the mall for Terror in Aisle 5. Easy there, Colonel Clank. I'll save you. Go get shoes. Rescue little Sunshine over there. Sorry, give me my weapon, darn it. That's annoying when you have to try and cycle through everything to get particular items and you can't. Alright, little axe-wielding psycho babies are here. Time to go. Speaking of babies. Go this way. Don't get cornered. More axe-wielding psycho babies. I do not like them. Can't go that way because I don't have a key. We can go around this way. Now we got everything out of here. Go up or down the up staircase. Alright, I appear to have become toxic or something, and now I can't control myself. Whatever that potion was that I swigged. Oh, well, that was perfect. That's what I wanted. What does the clown costume do? No idea. In the meantime, go rescue them. Get rid of these guys. More psycho baby. No. Not dealing with you. Alright, who else do I have to grab? Because I still do not have a door out of here yet. Playing with Julie seems a little bit easier. Maybe it's because I've been playing this already and gotten through a couple of levels? I don't know, but... There's the door. Okay. So we made it through level 3, and I think we rescued everybody again. And I still have all 3 of my guys, but this is where I bought the farm last time. Chainsaw Hedge Maze Mayhem. Boy, they ain't frickin' kidding. Alright, so it looks like the clowns provide a distraction. Or at least I can hope. Can I go get him? Yes, I can, because I already saw him through here. So pick him up. Okay, that's more than a little weird, having laughing clowns everywhere. But they are working. Yep, you go that way while I go get the baby. And you saw through that hedge. Now if I can go around and get those people. Aha. Now will this be enough to get to the door? Of course not yet. So what else do I have to find? No, not you. No key. Ah! Quick, you deal with them. More bazooka bullets, I'm good with that. As long as I keep distracting those guys, I'm fine. You can't go through that brick wall. Meanwhile, I can come around this way. But I can't imagine I got a whole lot more people to find. And I better not, because here comes the cavalry. So who's left? Alright, blow a hole through there. Look out. Ah! You deal with those guys. I think who I need is... Nope, not down here. I can't blast through that wall, so... Who do I have left? Oh, there she is. There's these people. Yes, you go that way. And I managed to get through it. So, I think, well, we're in 30 minutes. I still have all three guys, and I think I made it through the end of that stage. So it looks like everything is broken down into 4 stages. Or 4 levels of 48 stages. But I think we're going to call it here, because otherwise this is going to quickly devolve into a one-day playthrough, and that's not what this series is about. But that, everybody, in a nutshell, is Zombies Ate My Neighbors from 1993 for the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive. Now, I will say that in the rankings for this game, the Mega Drive version, or the Genesis, scored as highly as the Super Nintendo version. Now, normally, I would do a side-by-side on this, but given that the games are considered equal by the reviews that were done, I'm not going to worry about that this week. But it seems like if this is a game that is of interest to you, you could try it on either one and get a fair amount of enjoyment out of it. Now, question 1, is this a good game? It's certainly a different game. This is what is classified as a run-and-gun game, which is not your typical action-fighting platforming game, which is not a bad thing. You have to be more creative because you're 2 kids trying to save the world from the zombie apocalypse. It's not going to be Splatterhouse. It isn't, and that's okay. I like the fact that Lucasfilm tried to come up with, or LucasArts, I should say, came up with something that is accessible, that is not too over the top, so kids can play it and their parents are going to freak out. I know, like I said, Nintendo was a real stickler about that 30 years ago, and they still are to a degree, but that LucasArts and Konami got away with what they did in this game. I think Nintendo understood that it was very tongue-in-cheek, and it was going to be more about all those campy 1950s, 1960s movies than about trying to recapture something like The Evil Dead or Texas Chainsaw or those truly over-the-top, outrageously terrifying movies. Is this a game they could make today? Absolutely. I could very easily see a company coming along and making a solid or AA version of a game like this. I don't think it would require a super massive budget if you did it in this style of doing it like a top-down, or even to an extent like a 2.5D. I think that would be something that people would be interested in. If you it would be a matter of keeping the overall tone of the game, of being lighthearted, showing what people love about zombie movies, and still letting it be challenging and fun. This game is challenging. You've got to remember where everybody is. You've got to figure out how to defeat the enemies. You've got to make sure you have to understand how your weapons and your items work. Part of the struggle that I had was because your X and your Y button navigate your A's that you have, so your health kit, the clowns, all that stuff, and then your A and B toggle your weapons. So you give me a little bit more time, a little bit more familiarity with it, and I would get that system down pretty quickly. It's like any other inventory system. It's like Metal Gear Solid. It's like Dark Souls. It's like any game it's like Resident Evil. in that you have to know what you're using from one section of the game to the next. Is it a game that I'll go back and play again? Probably, now that I've had some exposure to it. It's a game that I don't have to take super seriously, and if I just want to have a little bit of silly fun, this provides that. So that, again, is Sucker Punch Sunday for this week. Thanks for tuning in for that, and thank you especially for letting us finally hit a milestone on this channel. We've now hit 200 subscribers even. We did that over the weekend after we posted our last Sports Saturday video, which I'm glad people tuned in for, because we were at the AFC Championship game in our great what-if playthrough scenario of creating the New England Patriots dynasty on Sega Sports NFL 2K2 without the existence of Tom Brady. We got through that. Next week, it's the Super Bowl. And then from there, what I want to know is if you want me to continue further into the offseason and do a second year. Let me know in the comments below or leave a note. You can drop us a line on social media through Instagram and Threads at Ronan's Retrocade. Do that, and it also helps spread the word about us so we can continue to get another 100 subscribers, get past 200, and keep making this channel bigger and better. That's what our goal has always been. And one other quick housekeeping note. Remember, I am going to be out on a special project through November, so we will have content for you. We're still working on our playthrough of Super Robot Wars Alpha Gaiden. Those episodes will still be coming out every Monday and Wednesday, and then we will fit in Sports Saturday and Sucker Punch Sunday how we can. But I've done enough talking for one day. My name is Ronan. It's been great to spend this Sucker Punch Sunday with you. Be safe, be well. Happy Halloween, by the way. And we will talk to you tomorrow as we carry on with Super Robot Wars Alpha Gaiden. Bye.